दिल्ली से गुड़गांव का जो रूट है और बहुत सारे वो वैसे रूट्स हैं जहाँ पे हम स्टक हो जाते हैं और हमारे पास शायद बहुत टाइम होता है रेडियो पे आने के लिए. Today, I want to introduce this beautiful person who is at our Second Act Studios.
Beautiful indeed, yeah. I like.
Hindi. No, please sing it with me.
इतना गंदा गाने को किसी ने नहीं गाया होगा. Let's just have the original little bit out here.
दिल्ली के दिल पे है राज करती नाम इसका है रे गिन्नी गिनी 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 गिनी
Hello, welcome and thank. Oh, look, I'm so used to doing this, interviewing people. It's terrible to be
That's
interviewed.
why we are very happy that we will have no interview on this side only.
Yes.
We will be
We'll have a
talking-
conversation.
We'll have a conversation. And I'm so looking forward. So welcome to Second Act Podcast.
Thank you. First question: why is it called second act?
पहले मैं introduce
नहीं, why is it called second act? देखिए, आप अगर आरजे को बुलाओगे तो you don't have the power to
Okay.
decide. Why?
ओके सो सेकेंड एक्ट का नाम पड़ा मेरे सेकेंड एक्ट से इनफैक्ट कि मेरे को लगा कि मैंने अपनी लाइफ में सिर्फ फर्स्ट एक्ट ही किया एंड फर्स्ट एक्ट इज लिटरली अबाउट व्हाट इज given to us something that is expected out of us, the society, the pressures, the stereotypes, all of that comes in the
This
first
straight
act
linear.
of life. Yeah, this straight linear. पढ़ लो, उसके बाद शादी कर लो, बच्चे कर लो, काम कर लो, घर आओ, अच्छा घर बनाओ, अच्छी मम्मा बन जाओ, अच्छे whatever. Everything seems like in the first act. And then एक point आता है लाइफ में when you start questioning, जैसे who the hell are you? आपने किया ही क्या? अब आप मर जाओगे तो बाहर ऊपर जाके क्या दिखाओगे? So I just felt कि I had so much still not discovered about my own self, so much that I hadn't done for impact, literally to give back or to impact or to do something which I really wanted to probably but didn't know how to start. And from there, I think it just got termed. My husband is a very creative guy. तो उन्होंने एक notebook बनाई थी second act के नाम पे. So उन्होंने वो notebook उठाई और बोला, Archana, get ready for your second act of life now. And that day and today, I think I have literally in the last 4 years lived every moment with one thing: what is my second act today? So it's a metaphor for many things. It's a new perspective, it's a new day, it's a different way of thinking, it's a different way of doing things, it's tapping into your potential. It's literally like asking yourself every day that, okay, do you have a better version of you on the other side or not?
This is lovely. I've never felt so complex in my life because I realized I haven't even done the first act. देखो, आपने शादी कर लिया, आपने बच्चे कर लिया, आपने बड़ा घर बना लिया, आपने सुंदर घर बना लिया. मैंने इनमें से कुछ नहीं किया है. मतलब मेरा तो आधा first act ही लटका हुआ है अभी. What am I doing here? I have no clue. But yeah, that is, I think, a fantastic way of looking at life. I think people stop living life in their mid-30s or their 40s.
Which is true.
And they just, everything is only for the kids and everything is like, I have had people who've come up to me and said that अब जो भी करना हो बच्चों के लिए तो करना है.
No.
We have nothing. They have no enthusiasm left with their own life.
So true.
And that is really sad. So I'm super glad to be here. And I hope everybody has a successful second
And that's why I'm
act.
saying that I'm super glad that you are in your second act without being in the first act, and that's even more fantastic, right?
So I can do anything.
Yeah, so Ginny. मुझे ना इतनी खुशी सी हो रही है, मतलब मैं क्या बताऊँ आपको लाने के लिए. और हमारे जो स्टूडियो में एक हमारे कॉलीग हैं सचिन, जो आपको यहाँ तक लेके आए हैं, आपके बहुत बड़े फ़ैन हैं. और वो मुझे कह रहे थे मैम गिनी को बुला लें एक दिन. सो आई सेड गिनी हमारे स्टूडियो में क्यों आएगी भाई, वो तो वर्ल्ड फेमस पर्सनालिटी है. हम
गिनी
तो
बहुत
छोटे
वेली है. We always assume this about others, but I think everybody has a lot of time and everybody wants to do things that are out of their comfort zones. And yeah, that's why I'm very happy to be asked questions instead of asking, which I'm not doing a very good job of keeping quiet. But yes.
Yeah. So Ginny, tell me, आप दिल्ली को उठाते हो, आपको क्या उठाता है?
6 alarm. I literally have alarms every 10 minutes, but नहीं, मुझे क्या उठाता है is, I recently read a book called Ikigai.
Oh,
right?
recently.
Recently, because I stay away from self-help books. So I read this book called
And why?
Ikigai, and I was like, this is my life. It's true. When they say that, you should have a reason to wake up to every day, I think radio has given me that reason. And more than radio, the ability of having conversations, the ability of actually speaking to so many people and realizing that, when people think of radio, still, they think of people who will just sing or they'll talk about songs and tell you ki kya ho raha hai, and that's it. But if you actually sit in a radio set, if you sit in my show, you will realize that there are so many people who've gotten attached over the last few years. It's a habit because every day in the morning they're going there listening to you.
Hmm.
So there are people who'll call and tell you happy things that are happening in their life, sad things that are happening in their life. There are people who'll argue with you about thought processes, about events, about things that you're discussing.
So
There are
nice.
people who'll alter your thought because, you know, you go in, and radio has been a blessing because for me as a person, I was a very black and white person when I was growing up. You know, like you've
Wow.
said,
But
that
it's
you're
too much color now.
yeah, there's no black or white anywhere left. And that's something the radio has taught me. So that's something I love waking up to. Realizing there are new shades, realizing there are new people, realizing there are new conversations, just having fun. I love it.
Super. मेरे को इतने सारे questions आ रहे हैं while you're talking to me, and the first question which I really want to ask you is that you said that there are lots of stories which come out. In fact, you know, I never even thought it was true when you said callers are calling. I thought कोई ना पीछे से आप लोग fix करके रखते
ऐसा
होगे.
सबको लगता है, ऐसा कभी नहीं होता, इतने
तो
बोरिंग नहीं है
real
हम।
callers really call कर सकते हैं
Real
और पहुंच
callers-
जाते हैं.
Real callers call, and there are people who'll call you and say that they had a very bad beginning to the day. Somebody will call up, and we've had stuff being sent to me at 8 o'clock. If I'm coughing too much on air or on radio, I've had people send in lemon chai or tea bags after hearing the voice. It's yeah,
Wow.
it happens. People send it
Wow.
to the studio. They'll say, have this. I still remember one day I turned around and said that, you know, my favorite flowers are lilies and I haven't seen a lily in ages. I don't know why I was saying it. I was feeling very desolate and sad about life. And my office had lilies literally everywhere after a while. And people would do that.
Big fan moments.
It's not about fan. I think that they
I mean,
just
come on.
connect with you. And it's easier to connect with a voice which is not judging you because you see, on radio, I don't know your name. I don't know where you belong. I don't know anything. I'm just listening to you. So like recently, I'll tell you, this is 4 days ago, some guy called me at 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock. He was in the gym and I could hear him. I was like, sir, आप gym में हो, मुझे आवाज़ सुनाई दे रही है. He's like, हाँ, मुझे ना तुझसे कुछ पूछना था. I said, बोलो sir. And this is a guy who's possibly in his 40s or 50s. He said, I wanted a piece of advice. So I'm like, what advice,
And
sir?
you're live on radio.
This is live. Yeah, you record when songs are going on and then you put the call because if somebody says a wrong word that is not supposed to go on radio, so there's always a lag of about 2 to 3 minutes. So I said, what is it? He said, my elder brother is asking me about property and I don't like the way he's asking me. He's not asking, he's demanding. And Guinea, I don't think I should give in because he's demanding and I don't like the tone. And I don't know what to do with it. So I thought I should ask you. And I was like, are you serious? I don't know anything about your life. He says, no, I'm telling you how I feel. I just want to tell somebody how I feel. And do you think it's justified?
Wow.
Because, yeah. And it was really a random call. And I just spoke to him. And whatever he said, I just basically corroborated that because I don't know the story. He just needed somebody to possibly say, ki, haan, kar lo. It's okay to do it.
Wow.
And that's the power of
So
radio.
you are probably a healer sometimes. You're somebody,
somebody who's there in their
counselor
life.
sometimes playing different roles for them.
I don't think they require healing or counseling. I've always felt like radio is possibly the first step. You know, when you know, in an extreme case, if you know that you need therapy, then radio is where you first open up about something and then you go. So a lot of people feel it's very easy to speak to a person whose voice is familiar, so it's not a stranger completely, but who doesn't know you and who can't judge you, because, I mean, really can't. And there will be no long-term effects on their life because I don't know them on that personal level. So I think it becomes very easy. So they're also very happy calls. I mean, I've had people tell me that they're pregnant on air because they wanted to share it. I've had people
sweet.
turning around and saying, I'm going for an interview and I'm very scared about it. So there are all sorts of calls that come. And it's amazing. So no, we do not make up calls. We cannot. We don't have the intelligence to bring up
Wow.
such a different range of listeners or questions on radio.
Wow.
And they're smarter than we are any day.
But tell me something. I mean, you have gone beyond radio because it's when I see the content that you create and you're an Instagram influencer, so to say, the
Barely
whole
there.
social media thing. So one thing is there that you speak about topics which are very relatable. They are relatable to our day to day, from politics to, of course, you know, the sad things in rape to you know, how women are treated, to eating but chola bhatura at some point, and like I've been literally stalking you.
Yeah,
So-
chole bhature are there. Chole bhature are love, and we should
and
talk
then
about
you
that.
tell that person that, okay, the Delhi might be liking it, but I don't give you those points. I mean, you know, you need balls to do it, by the way. So I'm just saying that you have created, like when I think of Guinea now, it's not only about being an RJ. You are really the voice. You are really somebody who can influence. So do you feel responsibility? How did this transition happen? Was it automatic?
I don't think I feel responsibility till now, whether it's on radio or it's a digital or it's anywhere. I say what I think is right. On radio, I feel responsible, of course,
Okay.
because you're being broadcast to a wide range of people, and there are norms that my radio station will have to bear
Yeah.
if I turned around and said something wrong. So, of course, you have that sense of responsibility. But having done radio for about 15 years now, you know what you can say and what you can't say. So, it's not very strict in that sense. But if you just go ahead and tell people what you genuinely think, like the chola bhatura, if it's not nice and you say it's not nice, it's okay. I think people
Poor
take.
guys, business will shut down because
Not really. If you turn around, because a lot of people write back and say that, oh, it's nice, maybe you went on a bad day. And you can always say that, look, it's a personal choice. I might like it or not like it, but that's what I think. So, but if you're not going to ever put yourself and you're not going to say what you think, I don't know how to ask other people to say what they think. If I'm not honest, then how do I expect honesty?
Absolutely.
So
But I
whether it's
do
radio or
remember
digital.
last time we met, you got stuck on the metro from Gurgaon to Delhi, and you literally battered
Lambasted.
Gurgaon and the metro, and you know, like literally, like
But it's true, you know,
What is-
I felt very guilty, not for having a bad experience. So the other day I took the metro after ages, and on radio or wherever, we constantly repeat lines which are very socially relevant. Use the metro, don't use private transport. But that's the day when I used the metro and I realized the metro has a lot of pitfalls. And unless you are there experiencing what you're asking others to do, again, it's the same thing. Unless you are a part of their lives, how are you going to comment on their lives? So it's only when you use the metro and you realize कि भैया ये problem है, and in peak time it's horrifying to get into it, and there are really random people out there. It just gives you so much more material to talk, and the fact is then again you become a little more relatable as opposed to sitting in an air-conditioned office, driving a chauffeured car and saying, oh guys, use the metro. I think that's
so.
the
Then what
difference.
happened? I mean, did people really pour their heart out and tell you that, you know, it's really a harrowing experience for them?
Actually,
Did
I
you
got
get-
scolded by a bunch of people, and these weren't
Wow.
metro authorities.
Oh,
Metro
that.
authorities were very sweet about it, but a bunch of people called me and they said that you should have had a card. And I was like, well, I didn't
Yeah,
that day. I
that-
had chosen a different bag. They were like, then you can't turn around and blame it. I was like, but for a person who's new, how does it happen? So that's what radio interactions are. They aren't about you being right. You could be wrong, or you could be schooled, or you could be told, or you could be helped. You're just being honest the way you had as an experience, and you're saying it. And then you ultimately end up saying, yeah, I will have a metro card. And then people actually send me a link that you can download this app. And you silly goose, you should have learned this.
Yeah.
And then I realized that these are things that I can also say on radio. So every good or bad experience for me is great material,
Nice.
because then it just helps.
Super. Tell me, of course, radio हमारे ज़माने से चला आ रहा है, but अब radio की क्या relevance है? Because if I see my kids, they have never switched on a radio. They don't even know in
what radio
fact.
is.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that is true. I think जो एक ज़माने का रेडियो था वो था कि गीत माला सुनते थे लोग, या गाने सुनते थे या रिक्वेस्ट सुनते थे. फिर about 10-12 साल पहले रेडियो बहुत बदल गया. रेडियो बात करने लग गया. Radio में, I think I started radio with a talk radio station in which we used to talk for 40 minutes in an hour. And we started getting people used to the fact that you have to have conversations. When I came to a commercial radio
Like
station,
one side.
you have to ask, you would put up a topic and for 40 minutes people would discuss that topic.
Or like random.
It's a
Ah, okay.
conversation, yeah.
Got it.
And then I got into commercial radio. And then commercial radio also I've seen changing hugely over the last few years.
Okay.
Because Pellet used to be only prank calls and funny things and songs. And that has also changed. And now you will hear one of some of the biggest campaigns. And if radio was dead, the current chief minister of Delhi, or the party that is in Delhi, is Aam Aadmi Party. And the first 2 elections that they won were purely on radio. That's only where they did their ads, because it is still a mass medium which people can hear.
True.
Now, of course, thanks to an industrialist who made everything free, and I have a bone to pick with that one. I think that a lot of people are going back to listening to their own music because it's freely available, etc. But I do see a lot of people coming back to radio simply because there's a voice that connects. And I don't think radio will die. I mean, if it's not dead across the world, it's actually growing more powerful. I think we're going through a phase. And now nothing exists in single silo, right? So you will find different ways. So as much as we're available on radio, we're also there on digital, we're also there everywhere else, we're there on podcasts. So we're trying to bring in an audience wherever we can. So that's what, I don't think it'll die. No.
Are the younger ones getting attracted to this whole medium or not, as far as a profession is concerned?
I just put up a post the other day for an intern because I needed somebody to help me with research. And everybody who messaged was in these media schools, and everybody wants to be an RJ. And it's
Oh,
still
really?
it's still a very,
Yeah.
very cool thing. I mean, every time we go anywhere, the way we're greeted is different. It's also a whole industry.
Right.
You see, in terms of finding these things, because if you're going to look at the digital world, influencers are there, but they're popping up. A lot of them are popping up on an everyday basis. Radio still has a lot of solid, it gives you solid credibility. So again, maybe an ex-influencer has much more numbers, but credibility maybe we'll have a little bit more because we are introduced or we have a certain medium that has more credibility per se. So that differs. But
So एक RJ बनने के exact ingredient क्या है?
आपको बातें सुनने की आदत होनी चाहिए, करने की नहीं. सबको ऐसा लगता है कि अगर आप बहुत सारा बोलते हो तो आप आरजे बन जाते हो. पर अगर मैं आपको सुनूंगी नहीं तो फिर मुझे नहीं पता कि मैं नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कहाँ से लेकर आऊँगी. You know, so if you're not very fond of hearing others or absorbing what they're saying, I don't think you can be a good RJ. And that's all you need. And the ability to read newspapers. Newspaper पढ़ना ज़रूरी है सबके लिए.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
And
यही.
music?
Nah. You
Even
should
if-
like music.
No,
But
so
I mean, it's not like going to be like, these are not shows that are specifically to your taste in music. There's a lot of research that goes in music. So a lot of times we play songs that we don't like. Harsh truth.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a lot of Punjabi songs I don't get.
No, so are they on request or do you have a
No,
playlist?
we have. So radio is a very professional world. So in terms of the songs that we play are extremely researched songs.
Okay.
They're tested songs. They all have scores, and only then do they come. Then throughout day part, we have different sort of songs that come in. So for example, as much as I like retro, I will not play retro in the morning unless it's a birthday or something, because my hours are defined as hours which are happy, chirpy. So the music has to be more up-tempo, lighter, newer, and to a certain audience. It's all tested, researched music.
So if Guinea has had a very terrible morning start, okay, had a fight, in really low mood or like really doesn't feel like getting up, and here's the show which is happy and peppy, and you have to, of course, make other people happy and peppy, how does that transition happen?
This is a simple question. Suppose you had to interview me today and we are
Yes.
doing this podcast, but you had a fight at home and you had a terrible day. What would you do?
I'll tell you. You know what? I had a terrible fight, but please pardon me, I might not be at the best. Do you do that?
Exactly. The same. I've gone to the radio station, said I'm in a terrible mood. If I've had a fight with my mother, I'll say that parents are awful and I don't think they understand. And do you have the same sort of parents and how do you deal with them? And then they'll tell me. And a really funny incident I remember. My mom's a doctor, and in her dispensary, obviously everybody knows that I do the radio show, so a lot of them follow. So one day my mom called me at 9 o'clock and she said, Beta, can I ask you something? I know you're busy. And I said, huh? She said, why is everybody talking to me about kaddu ki sabzi? I said,
Did you?
Because you put that in a bread format and gave it to me and I spoke about it on air. And she was horrified and she was like, how dare you? Because she made them early morning, she must have put just kaddu in bread, made a sandwich and given it to me, and then I spoke about it on air. So you speak about everything on radio, and that's what makes you relatable, that's what makes you fun. But of course, you can't have a bad day and then keep going into a worse mood and say that everything's awful and life is ending and everything, which I'm assuming that even if you were in a bad mood, none of your friends would say. They try and perk you up. And that's how radio is.
Yeah. Tell me something, ki, you know, I just, of course, when the chief
Somebody
minister...
who said that she didn't have many questions. One after the other, the questions are coming.
No, because there is so much content that you are speaking about and say, hey, hang on, stop. I want to ask about this. And then in the moment of a flash, then I'm forgetting. So
Yeah,
that's
go
why,
on.
I'm like so excited to ask you. So I was following the whole trail of the chief minister, right from, of course, contending to taking an oath. And of course, before that, Kejriwal and whatever. So you've been literally like Delhi person, right? And capturing it to the T, I would say. जो जनता की बात और जो पॉलिटिक्स की बात का जो blend है, and then in between is Guinea. I just want to know, how do you balance it out? Because politics is politics after all, and जनता की बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो of course on the other side नहीं सुनी जाती, नहीं करी जाती. एक तरीके से politics, handle करता है हर चीज़. That's why it's known to be. So,
it's a dicey field. So you know what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to say. Okay. So for example, right now, a call went very viral because we called up the MLA of a particular place because a lot of people are calling up and saying वहाँ पे पानी भर रहा है रोड पे और वो भरवा नहीं रहे हैं उसको. ठीक है. So I called him up and I didn't want
You
to
called?
I called him
on the show.
On the show, and we do this. We call up MLAs and we ask. So I told him, I said, congratulations, and I just wanted to say thank you. And I think it's very sweet of you to do what you're doing. And he said, what am I doing? So first, of course, he said, thank you. And he said, what am I doing? I said, but you're actually preparing everybody for Olympics instead of being a politician who only talks to winners. And he was like, yeah, thank you. How? I said, because you're building a swimming pool for Olympians. And he said, no. I said, but that's why you're not getting the road repaired, because it's going to become a swimming pool. And he got angry and he banged the phone down. That call went viral. Maybe he shouldn't have pushed it as much. But the thing is that you have to take the points of the people to the politicians at times. And you're not going to talk about majorly policy decisions, but you're going to talk about stuff that affects them. So for example, when I remember the ruling party had turned around and said, for women, on odd even, women don't need to follow odd even. So I remember talking to the deputy chief minister at that point in time and saying, why? If it's pollution and if it's dealing with everything and you're talking about women who are driving cars and these are relevantly independent women, right? Then why is it that we are being asked to give it
question.
up? Right.
Yeah.
So he said no because it's safety or whatever. So those are questions that you would ask. Would I turn around and ask very, very political questions about what you said versus what other party said? No. As long as it's about people interrogation, I remember the deputy chief minister had come with me on the roads because I said the autos don't move. And if you want proof, why don't you come with me and sit in an auto? And he did. And he didn't get an auto. And it was all captured. And we,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, that's
It
so
was,
cool.
and then
No wonder you are such a viral person. I
no,
mean,
but it's fun. So this is not about politics.
Yeah.
This is about people's intervention and what people want to say. So when the chief minister stepped down and who is going to be the new chief minister is a question that was on every single chai ki patri, on metro stations, etc. So we will talk a little bit about that. Will we give our personal opinion on it necessarily on radio? No. Maybe digital gives you more freedom to do that.
Right. But कभी politicians ने आपको बोला है कि आप थोड़ा कम बोलें? कभी आपको फोन आता है, ये गिन्नी कौन है यार? इस गिन्नी को बुलाओ.
फोन मेरे रेडियो स्टेशन को आता है एंड मेरा रेडियो स्टेशन काफी बार मुझे दान चुका है, so therefore I take more liberty on this thing, but I'll never go and say something which is utterly against but of course they take offense. I mean, of course there are times when even if I'm right about you and if I'm saying something negative about you, you're not going to like it.
Yes.
So yeah, with politicians it's not different.
Okay, tell me now, अगर गिन्नी को एक दिन के लिए बनाया जाए नायक,
Oh my God, CM.
अब तो हाँ बिल्कुल दिल्ली का, क्या करेंगे आप?
यार I just think that हम सबको ऐसा लगता है कि हम एक दिन में चीज़ें बदल सकते हैं. But I've spoken to enough politicians, seen Delhi in enough way that एक दिन में actually कुछ नहीं बदलता. You can't change people's attitude. You can't do things, and nothing changes in one day. So it's a beautiful cliche or a lovely fantasy thing to do that. आप क्या करोगे? कुछ नहीं यार. You'd just possibly enjoy roaming around in a car with a red beacon light. But can anything change in a day, especially in a city like Delhi? नहीं.
चलो ये तो काफी आरजे वाला आंसर आपने
नहीं,
दिया
genuine
है.
answer है.
जो
आरजे वाला आंसर है कि मैं ये कर दूंगी वो कर दूंगी, पर ये genuine आंसर है कि मतलब कुछ नहीं बदलेगा.
नहीं बदलेगा तो नहीं, बट ये एक मेटाफर था ऑफ लाइक इफ यू गेट अ chance to do something, what is that going to be?
Like if I got a
You didn't have to literally take it to one day.
no, but if I ever got it, actually, I don't know. I've never been there, never wanted to be a politician. I've never ever gone to that extent. No, it's a question I don't have the other answer for.
But you have the
Depends.
voice, you have the power to impact, you have the power to understand the space people come from, you have the power to be empathetic, you have the power to touch their hearts. And that's what actually politicians should be all about, to be honest.
आइडियल वर्ल्ड रियल वर्ल्ड में ऐसा एक भी पॉलिटिशियन नहीं है जो ये सारी चीजें कर सके इसलिए हम आरजेस अलग होते हैं और पॉलिटिशियंस अलग होते हैं बट no, I think everybody has their job and everybody should stick to their job more than anything else and it's nice to be able to have opinions. It's nice to not have to
Yeah.
be diplomatic. I mean, if I was a politician, I would possibly be like asked Kangna Ranaut. I would just be like, Guinness, shut up. Guinness, shut up. So yeah, no.
Okay, tell me, what is that one thing that has gone completely viral and that's what like made you famous?
I think the one thing that made me really famous was this call with a lawyer. Nirbhaya had happened. The 4 rapists were in jail. And then there was a BBC documentary where the rapists had turned around and said, we don't really repent it. She sort of asked for it. And there was so according to the Indian legal system, everybody has to be given a lawyer. I mean, matlab, that is the rule, right? So I thought that it would be interesting at that point in time to talk to the lawyer of those 4 guys to ask how difficult is it to represent them. We understand it's your job, पर मतलब मुश्किल तो होता होगा ना कि ऐसे लोग और ऐसी statements दे रहे हैं तो कैसा होता है to represent them. It was a very simple radio call.
Right.
And the lawyer turned around and told me कि सही तो बोल रहे हैं. हमने भी तो देखा लड़कियां रात को करती हैं. गुड़गांव में आके नाचती हैं सड़कों के ऊपर. कैसे कैसे कपड़े पहनती हैं. तो फिर मेरे उनसे बहुत लड़ाई हो गई और वो लाइव कॉल थी and it became so violently angry and everything because obviously at that point in time everybody was very using and then we had a nationwide connect where we asked people that do you think he's right because he turned around and he challenged me and he said आपको पता है कि आप सब लोग ये रेडियो पे बोलते हैं पर रियलिटी में 80% लोग हमारी तरह सोचते हैं कि ये लड़कियां जो रात को क्या क्या करती हैं सबको पता होता है तो एंगर ऑफ कोर्स आई सेड कि चलो रेडियो पे एक पोल करते हैं दैट पोल वेंट वायरल टू एन एक्सटेंट दैट पीपल replied from America, from Europe. We got messages from all across the country.
Wow.
And the Lawyers Association barred that lawyer for a little bit of time because of the statements he had made. And I think that was the first really viral call that went and where it was sort of, so I mean.
But since you pick on topics such as this, do you ever feel that you are not safe?
No.
ऐसा कुछ
Matlab, so I'm going to flip this question. Everybody says that Delhi is a very unsafe city. Do you feel really unsafe?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I have always said that. I don't. And I feel that I'm very, very lucky. There are, because every time I speak about this on air, I've realized that people have had very bad experiences. I possibly am. But I think that ये हमारे अंदर ज़्यादा डर होता है. Like, you know, everybody says कि रात को गाड़ी अगर तुम्हारी भिड़ गई तो कुछ बोलना मत. दूसरा इंसान गन निकाल देगा. मैं बहुत सालों से दिल्ली में रह रही हूँ. मुझे किसी ने ऐसा गन नहीं दिखाई. You know, touch wood नहीं दिखाना भी मत. मैं बहुत खुश हूँ इस बात से. But you see, it's not like as rampant. So I don't feel, and I'm not said anything so.
No, not to the effect of that somebody will shoot you down.
No, the gun
for
I'm
the
using as an
topics.
example for people to say कि कुछ मत बोलो किसी को भी सड़क पे कोई भी किसी को मार देता है ऐसा नहीं होता दिल्ली में ऐसा भी नहीं होता and for the topics yes it's a little I think my family gets more scared at times पर ऐसा मेरे को नहीं लगता मैंने कुछ कभी कोई बोला है कि कोई इतना गुस्सा हो जाएगा मैक्सिमम फोन करके गाली दे देगा which is okay.
I love it when you said equality for women. Ki, why should we be treated any differently for odd even? I want to know, in the world of RJ, do you feel there's a difference in women RJ versus men RJ?
Yeah, there's
So
only
there's-
one woman RJ who's doing the breakfast show forever now. They mostly
Wow.
have men because it seems that men talk politics better, men talk about current affairs better, men talk about, I don't know why, but there is this perception. I mean, the morning show is the most important show across all radio stations and I don't see women coming across in the morning. Mostly in the afternoon slots, the love slots, you have
Yeah.
women. And I love the women in there, but I'm just like, you can speak as much everywhere else. And they do. I think it's a slight perception thing. And you need to be a little more aggressive.
So, is it a perception, or women don't really?
I
show
think so.
up?
I think slowly and steadily it's changing. But initially it was very clear. It was just the men. I mean, even now, there's most breakfast jocks, which is your most important category, has men.
So how did that make you feel?
When I got it, I didn't think of it too much. I was just so lucky and too happy that I got it. And
No, but with the
trying to
other
do-
fraternity, how does that make you feel? With other men standing.
Radio is a
it's-
very small fraternity. We all have our own things, and I don't think it's a very close group of people. Neither are we all very familiar. Neither are we all very friendly with other radio stations. I don't know why that is. And not to say that I've ever taken an effort to bring that down. So, in all honesty, but yeah, no, not a very close knit fraternity like that. I mean, that's the honest answer. Everybody's feeling their own.
So what does a prep morning look like to you?
There's no prep.
There's no prep now in 15 years, but
No,
what
no,
was
there is
that
never
prep?
is a prep. I mean, you see, because the thing is that if, for example, you ask me a question right now on the
Right.
podcast, and I don't give you a very interesting answer,
Right.
then the thing is that it doesn't matter what your next question is. You know that you've got to change it, and you need to flip it up, and to make it much more vibrant. So that's the thing with radio. You could prep, and you could think of 3 topics, and they don't work. They don't work. So sometimes you know that there are burning issues that you want to talk about, but your calls will define whether people want to talk about it or not. And then shut up. I don't care whether you're intellectual or not. If there are no calls, it means it doesn't touch them, it doesn't affect them. Change the topic.
Yeah, but I also feel, since you asked me about podcasting, I think podcasting is that space which gives you a complete personal brand about your own self.
Absolutely, it should be your
It's a-
personality.
Yeah, it is complete personality. What you speak, how you speak, what kind of guests come to you, what are you really bringing, what are the thought processes, what you believe in. So it's a very independent space, I feel, with like you don't have to worry about, anything,
But why
the
did you
any-
start a podcast?
I started podcast because second act, it gives me so much energy. And all I know is that if I can create an impact in somebody's life through anything that second act is doing, whether it's my workshops or retreats, whether it's something like conversations like this through podcasting, or of course I have a social entrepreneurship pedal on where women are, of course, becoming like a fuller version of them, I would say, or a better version of them. So any of these laterals which can touch somebody's life, podcast is that space completely.
I love
Because
that.
through our conversation today, if somebody who wanted to ask some questions and can get some answers, and it has the capacity to go global again.
I agree completely. But why is it that I see a lot of people only focusing on, so this is a question I've really wanted to ask. You, in everything that you do, you focus on women, right? I just feel that increasingly there are lots of places that men need focus on as well, right? In this whole world that we've created where women are equal to men, we've taught all the women to be equal, but we're not teaching the men to be equal. They still don't know where the
Absolute-
balance is.
Absolutely.
Between the fact that we expect men to do a few things, but they don't know how to follow those expectations. And it's a fact, they don't. But I don't see many people taking that space, right? I just wish that there would be more places also for men to speak up, because right now if somebody's, like every time I've done a topic which is pro-men, then you suddenly get labeled as anti-women. And I think that for everything to coexist, so I would really request that maybe some chapter of yours should be about men as well, because I mean, they need it too.
So when I started off, I started to work with men, women, and others. To be honest, I would not like to say that I only wanted to work with women. But ek hota hai na that if I speak to you and you start saying, yes, she totally understands me, I'm myself with her, and I know that if I can discuss something and she gives me a safe space, I really want to trust her, that she will be able to guide me in a certain way. So I became that with a little interventions here and there that I was doing with women. That confidence or that comfort did not come back from men. You know how men have to also change their mindset to be tuned into that they also need safe spaces. They also should be vulnerable.
I mean, at this point in time,
It's
all the men
happening.
out there, do you need a safe space as well? Is something that you should comment down on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
And
I
that's
hope-
a great question, yes.
And I hope you do also create an alternative, maybe, but let's not. I just feel a lot of times that we are alienating the men in our growing up process.
Absolutely, shouldn't be done at all.
And it can't work unless both
Shouldn't
of
be
us
done
are
at
on
all.
the same page.
Yeah, but it also, so the second act of What's for Women, which I was telling you about, and thank you for being the host for the next one, which is coming up in
Pleasure.
Bangalore. Yay, I'm so excited.
Pleasure. Very excited
So
to
then
host
the
that
second
too.
act of What's for Women is that space again where, you know, I'm creating a platform where there's recognition for what women have done. Because time and again, we have seen that if we break a barrier, okay, of it takes a lot to get there. For men, it's just another thing. You know, it's like something that they were always born to do. But if women take some steps which you're not supposed to, and then we are taken for granted, you need a space where you need to be told, no, it's really something that, you know, you inspire others to do as well.
I think that's essentially, yes. Women need women to look up to, women need women to build up.
Yes.
Women need women to stand behind each other. I think that's very, very essential. And that's something that women need to learn. And I'm super glad about these awards that are happening. And also the fact that I think, like I said, I think a lot of women in their 30s or 40s think that now life is only about family and kids. Very few would figure out, what do I want in life? Still,
Right,
it
yes.
feels like a very selfish question to ask. Like I remember somebody telling me, oh, it's easy for you because you're single and you don't have children, that, you know, you can ask these questions or travel or you because you
Right.
like it. And I was like, but that because you owe it to yourself as well.
So
there
true.
are opportunities and there are pros and cons to everything. But the fact is that you don't even look at yourself as an individual who needs anything. And I think that is why, that is something that women need to realize, that their second act should also be essentially about themselves.
Absolutely, and that's the space that
That
it
is being
coming-
created.
that's
Yes,
being
in
created.
Bangalore.
Yeah, in Bangalore, and it continues. It's an IP product that we are trying to create, and thank you for just partnering me
Harry?
with me.
Not
on
at all.
that.
Super excited about this one.
Okay, so coming back to a very fun question, it is going to be that what has been your most embarrassing moment being an RJ?
I was working for a radio station called Meow, which was a talk radio station. My show used to start at 5 in the evening, and it used to go on until 9. And I remember
4 hours.
4 hours. Even currently, my show is 4 hours, 7 to 11. So I remember somebody calling me from my office and saying our office was in Videocon Towers, which is in Chandewala. So it's a slightly industrial area, and on the main road they said that will you come because something urgent's happened. And this is at 4:15, like 45 minutes in the show, and I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I have the time in the world,
Yeah.
I'll walk in. So I waltz down, and I see there's a huge congestion on the road. Okay, and I don't know where my office people are, and I'm just standing and looking, and I see there's an elephant on the road, there's traffic, and I want to take a picture and say, what kind of a world are we living in? Why is there an elephant on the road? And suddenly somebody is waving at me near the elephant. And I went and
Somebody's
they said,
proposing to you.
no, they said this elephant is for you. And I was like, what? They were like, somebody send this elephant. I said, send a whole elephant? And what am I supposed to do? And it was scary because I was like, what am I going to do with the damn elephant? It's a huge
Yeah.
elephant. So there's a mahout sitting on top, and he's like, no, there are gifts being sent to you on this elephant, and there were books and there were chocolates, and it was a woman who sent it, by the way. And in the middle of the street, there are gifts being exchanged off an elephant, and I don't think I will ever forget that moment. And that absolute fear of, do I have to take this elephant home? How will he fit in my car? Well, it's like the nicest, the funnest, and the most embarrassing moment I've ever done on radio. And this is the stuff that radio
And
can.
this is really about an elephant in the room. as
An
they
elephant
say.
on the road more than a room, but yeah,
Wow.
that is
that's
the most
incredible.
fantastic story I have. And the
Wow.
rest of the times that you've been embarrassed is you've said wrong things on air and people have cut you.
But I mean, now, of course, with you know, digital and social media, people see who Guinea is.
Yes.
There were many years when people didn't know how Guinea looked and how. Then, if you went out and nobody recognized you, did you feel really sad about it?
No, it never struck us, and a lot of people would recognize us with our voices at times, and that used to be fun. But I love it in the digital era. I was telling somebody the other day that it's amazing. I don't have such a huge digital following, and yet most of the times I go out, somebody or the other will come up and speak. And with me, you know, it's amazing. Not when people come to you and say that we know you and we want a selfie. People generally come and say, you know, you said this and I loved it.
हाँ.
And you know, that call that you made was amazing. If people can remember the content that you've
So nice.
created and they'll come to you with it, it's amazing. Then I'll have a long chat with you. But a lot of people will come and they'll just say, hey, you are Guinea. And then I'm just like, yeah, and I now don't know what to do with you. And they're looking at you and you're looking at them and you're like, lovely. What to do now?
Wow.
And then, you know, and you can't go and say you want a selfie because what if they say no? You'd be just embarrassed. So you just keep standing there. Yeah, do this. But I'm glad at least people remember for content. I think it's great. It's lovely to be recognized. Anybody who turns around and says, I don't being loved, being recognized is lying. It's a great feeling. It's a drug. And it's fun. I'm super glad that all of this is happening together. I don't
Yeah.
detest digital now. I used to. There was a point in time when I used to detest digital. I hated the fact that I would have to take my content somewhere else. But now, no. Now I like it.
What makes Guinea so humble?
I'm not humble.
You're not?
I'm not humble.
Why do you say?
I'm the least humble person in me. I'd be very happy to tell you that I won awards every single year in a row.
No, that's not true.
I will. No, that is not being humble because humble people don't say that. I would be very
That is
happy to say
self-love and self-recognition.
No,
You can still be humble.
it's being loud and being a Dilli wala. I'm a Dilli wala. There's no humbleness in us. I'm sorry. I am not at all a humble person. But I do know that the day I become unrelatable or I start thinking that I'm above anybody is when I lose the power of connection. And the day I lose the power of connection, I will be off.
There'll be no RJ Guinea anymore.
There'll be nobody.
Guinea,
yeah,
Guinea,
that's-
Guinea, okay, please play
She's
the
still
song.
never going to get it.
That is embarrassing. Okay, Guinea, we are coming to a great section that we do here. Guinea, we have a fantastic question. And we, of course, get varied answers. I want to ask you this very sweet question called I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
पर इसके लिए गिफ्ट क्या मिलेगा ऐसे तो सेगमेंट्स के लिए तो
गिफ्ट
गिफ्ट
मिलेगा
होता है एक मतलब एक होता है ना या तो कोई बॉक्स होता है या कुछ होता है तो
इस सेक्शन से आपको फॉलोअर्स मिलेंगे और कंटेंट के लिए वाह वाह मिलेगी और एंगेजमेंट मिलेगी और आपको क्या चाहिए
बस और कुछ नहीं चाहिए एज अ डिजिटल क्रिएटर मुझे और कुछ नहीं चाहिए जिंदगी में आई एम सॉरी बट आई एम नॉट सॉरी फॉर कॉलिंग अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल आउट एंड आई एम सॉरी बट नॉट सॉरी फॉर नॉट बीइंग डिप्लोमैटिक सो या
बहुत सारे होंगे अभी बताते जाओ
I am sorry for not being sorry, for not living life as per societal rules necessarily. I'm sorry, but not sorry for buying a big car. A lot of men were very upset, and I've realized
Really?
that. No, I seriously want to talk about this. You know, that there are two of us in our office who bought a similar car at the same time, and the reactions were so vividly different.
I can't believe
I couldn't believe it. I never thought. So I've never been like one of those people that have faced any sort of differentiation or segregation in that sense. This was the first time, and oh my God, everywhere, between friends, between family, between office, and in most pointedly in office because somebody else, a guy had bought the same car, and I'd bought the same car. And it's hugely different. So yeah, I'm sorry. But
See,
not
that's
sorry.
why we need spaces for women. Yeah,
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah. Or just look in them in the eye and say, I don't care what you think anyways. So.
Brilliant answer. I think we should get a lot of engagement. Tell me what you're sorry, not sorry about. Please fill it in. And Guinea and I will look at all your answers.
Absolutely. हम आपको गिफ्ट भी भेज देंगे बताओ और व्हाट आर यू सॉरी
अरे शो पे आएंगे वो आपके क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे
बिल्कुल डन अंडर मेरे शो पे आइए और ये सवाल का जवाब दीजिए
परफेक्ट अब गिनी एक हमारा ऑफ कोर्स जो सबसे जरूरी क्वेश्चन है
व्हाट आर यू सॉरी बट नॉट सॉरी अबाउट
I'm sorry but not sorry about creating a space for women, which is definitely something that I feel from within. I'm sorry but not sorry about starting my second act in so many ways because I was such a corporate person, you know, with the height, whatever.
But then wasn't it very difficult for somebody who had everything, Rachana? When I look at you, like you've had everything. You have a very successful career in your first part. You've got a marriage. You've got 2 kids. You've got, like you said, ek bada sa sundar sa ghar. What makes a person like that sit down one day and say, "Ki yaar, wo second act banana hai meko." Because you've got everything, na? Second act would come to when I don't have, or I feel the urge for other things, etc. You've got it all happening. Then why?
मुझे लगता है जो बाहर से this is all external what you're talking about validation my big job big house nice beautiful kids everything is so external right But internally, I thought that I wasn't growing. Internally, I thought that I was the person who was doing many things. I was playing many roles. But somewhere, this Archana was not blossoming.
Was there a point? Was there a single point जब आपको ऐसा लगा?
Actually, वो point, वो trigger तभी होता है, I think, जब आप एक एज में आ रहे होते हो, जब बच्चे थोड़े बड़े हो जाते हैं, जब आपकी जॉब थोड़ी स्टैग्नेट हो जाती है, जब आपको ऐसे लगता है
The
कि
emptiness syndrome.
हाँ, something, and then you say, oh my god, मैंने तो कुछ किया ही नहीं अपने लिए, मुझे तो यही नहीं पता ये है कौन. So तब होता है, I think, जागरूक. So when people say, is there an age for second act, and second act, is it really the second innings? I feel कोई age नहीं है, but वो automatic एक transition है life का. Where you stop at a point to say, okay, how do I make it more worth it? How do I make it more meaningful?
How do I make myself more worth
Yes.
it? I think that
yeah,
is
this
the
life
difference.
more, more purpose-led. What do I do to, literally be that person who probably has not thought about herself or himself before? So I feel there's so much in us and so much potential. It's so much crazy. I didn't know I will be a creator one day, and sitting with you, so beautiful, Ginny. Thank you. So it's giving me so much meaning, We started podcasting just very casually. We thought कि हम 10 episode करेंगे, 15 करेंगे, उसके बाद, मेरे workshops, retreat शुरू हो जाएंगे. But ये इतनी intoxicating space है, कितना कुछ सीखने को, मुझे लगता है, oh my god, I discovered something about me today as well. And this just keeps me saying, oh god, I will pump in more money. As I was telling you, this is completely bootstrapped. There's no sponsorship on it right now. But I'm pumping in money only because it gives me so much from
Pleasure.
inside. To
This
say,
is why I do the radio show. I just don't pump in the money; they pump in the money. But this is why I do the radio show. Absolutely, because every day is
Yeah.
different, and it's a whole new game altogether.
yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you for asking that question and taking the show away from me. But this question has to be answered by you.
Go on.
What is your second act?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've been trying to think what next, and
The second act is not what next. It's a continuation, yet an evolution, to say it precisely. Something that gives you bigger meaning, happiness, joy, something that lifts you up, something.
I know that at this point in time, I need to do something different. Okay, because I feel like there is a certain level of stagnation appearing, and I don't think that every day I'm being able to give something. But I can't find as yet that what is that thing. It's not what next, because this could go on forever. It's
Yes.
not a problem. But I know myself, I'm getting itchy to do something new. But what is that? I don't know. I honestly
तभी
don't
तो
know.
सेकंड एक्ट अवार्ड्स का स्टेज खुल रहा है आपके लिए. तभी कहीं ना कहीं यूनिवर्स से
Is deciding to bring in things together. Please, Universe Ji,
Yes.
try it and get it all together, because I don't seem to have the answers. But I hope I get there sometime and come back on this podcast to say, hey, this is my second act.
So brilliant. Why don't you go away by just saying what you say in the morning before starting your show, so that
I always give a story in the morning.
Okay.
I always start with a motivational story. And
Okay.
since this is a space that we've spoken about a lot of women, and when we are talking about the second act and everything, so there's this very simple story, which I'd like to say, it's also a theory. It's called the empty teapot syndrome. You've heard of it?
yes,
एंड इट्स सिंपल दैट अगर एक आपके पास टी पॉट है जिसकी अंदर 4 कप चाय है, और आपने 4 कप चाय पोर कर दी, और आप 5वां कप पोर करोगे तो उसमें से कुछ नहीं निकल सकता unless you refill the teapot. And I think women are that. And unless you refill yourself with
Yes.
love, with enthusiasm, with life, you can't give it to others. So yes, the second act is important. Taking care of yourself is important, and
So
remembering
nice.
that you are the most important person. Whether it's a man, whether it's a woman, you are the most important person in your life. I think that makes it all worth it. So yeah, that's the story. Please remember, you're the most important person for you.
So thank you for being on this show. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I think it's been a
meeting.
lot of fun. I don't even believe that we've spoken for as much as we have. Just believe that it's just started 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's been a conversation, and yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ginny. Ginny.
Don't try it. She's never going to get it.
Gimme.